playing some copyrighted rap music. Can't let that infect our stream. Okay. Not that I have a problem with rap music. I just didn't want to get a copyright ding on my channel. How's everyone doing? We are here on Main Street, USA. It is a cold, actually it's not that cold. I don't know what I'm talking about. It is a moderately warm, rainy night. Feels good to finally get out and get some fresh air. And look who we have. Look who we have to say hi. It's Layla the Quilt Cat. How are you doing tonight, Layla? It is a fine evening on the main streets of small town America. I wish I could pet you, but the glass, it keeps us apart. Hey, Layla. How are you doing, sweet kitty? Are you enjoying all those quilts? Now you see the cat. You see that print. You think that was a cat print. It's actually a bear print. Oh, you making biscuits? Making quilt biscuits? Gold Digger D says, let me know if you find any mining equipment. Let me know and I'll buy it. Wait a minute. Do I look like a guy who has a bunch of mining equipment laying around? Oh, hey there. I did not buy any Scorpion Tabasco sauce. I punish myself. I punish my body for the viewership of this channel. Oh, it feels so nice out here. Feel the rain. Oh. When me and Adam getting together again. Oh, you didn't pay the Adam tax. So I can't answer that question. Have I heard about Universal Monsters coming to their new park in Orlando? I know nothing. I know nothing about the new park in Orlando. Oh, I thought that was someone following me, but it's a big planter. I don't know anything about it. I really don't keep up with the big theme park news as much as I should. There's so many people doing vlogs on the large theme parks. I might stop by and enjoy myself at Universal or Disney every so often, but they really are thoroughly vlogged. I try to stay in my own lane a little bit. Give it a hint about the upcoming video at Six Flags. Yeah, I went to Six Flags. Texas, Fiesta, not over Texas. Really negative experience with the Six Flags company. If you're curious, I don't want to get my blood pressure all up. I don't want to get my dander up again. If you're curious about my issues with Six Flags, I explain on Twitter. No, I will not be going to Six Flags. I am putting a ban on Six Flags on this channel after my upcoming Six Flags videos. No, everyone's like saying, let's go to Six Flags. No. I'm not going to be going to Six Flags. I'm putting a ban on the Six Flags parks. And I explain why over on Twitter. If you want to go look. If not, don't. It's whatever. Let's still go to Six Flags New Orleans. Six Flags New Orleans. Probably the most exciting Six Flags there really is. Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Out here, the beautiful main streets of America, the beautiful clouds, the beautiful rain, beautiful air, traveling. No, it's not that cold. I mean, I wouldn't wear shorts, but it's not that cold. Listen, I'm gonna start blocking people. If you're talking about inappropriate stuff in this chat, you're gonna get blocked because I'm trying to create a friendly environment here. I don't need people saying a bunch of weird stuff. Favorite wax museum? It's hard to say what my favorite current wax museum is. I loved UZ Conti in New Orleans. I was so sad when they closed that down. My window shopping. No, I have enough windows. I don't need any new ones. Can I come to Minnesota? Do I get exhausted by making so many videos as NB Rungard? What was the question? I'm sorry. What was it? Do I get exhausted? Yes. Do I get exhausted? I get so exhausted making videos. I'll tell you something. One time someone said, do what you love and you will never work a day in your life. That person was a dirty liar. I love what I do, but it's the hardest job I've ever had. It requires more from me, physically, emotionally. It takes every fiber of my being to keep this channel going. So, there's that.
Pick this up. Like, did you get all your stuff? No, I mean,
No one ever said this would be easy. No one ever said it would be easy. And that's, when you put yourself out there, when you do these great endeavors, when you try to be creative and control your own destiny, there's going to be lumps in the road. I'm not giving up. Don't worry. I'm not giving up. I love this channel. I love making these videos. And I'm going to do it until I no longer can. Until YouTube comes to my house and puts a bullet in my head. I will not stop doing these videos. I'm so wholesome, you think? I'm a human being, let's be honest. Everyone has flaws, everyone makes huge mistakes in their life. Everyone does things they regret. The closed Storybook Land in Canton, Ohio. That sounds new. I don't know if no, I don't think. There was some abandoned amusement park in Ohio I went to, and it was so overgrown, like, I literally couldn't even enter it. Like, it was that overgrown. Like, I couldn't even physically walk into it. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. I don't remember it being a Storyland perk. It's not, Alex Mayer says Geauga Lake. No, it's not Geauga Lake. I actually went to Geauga Lake. I flew my drone around Geauga Lake. But Chippewa Lake, yes, Spencer Rios, that's the one I was thinking of. I think Chippewa Lake, I think, was the one that was completely overgrown. to like a, just like, so, will I ever run for president? Obviously not. I'm not going to be running for president. I do not have the cognitive capacity to run this country. That noise that you guys heard, it's a sound, the stoplights make this noise, so I guess people with seeing disabilities know that it is safe to walk. Where I'm right now, I am on Main Street. Main Street of a small American town. I'll have a seat here for a moment. Do I have any regrets? Everyone has regrets, I think. Do I have? Yeah, I have a lot of regrets. Who doesn't have a lot of regrets? Connor Winston asked if I know Rick Serra. I met Rick at Mothman Festival. I think I see Mississippi being mentioned quite a bit. Hello, Gail. Will I return to Mississippi? Have I broken any equipment during a video? I break equipment all the time. Who was I talking about? Who was I talking to? I was talking to someone where I probably have to get a new. I think it was Nola Deej. I was talking to them that I pretty much get a new camera about once a year, just because the heavy use that if I'm filming all day, every day, it's a lot of use on a camera. Cameras get worn out. Cameras get broken, dropped in a toilet. I've dropped 2 different cameras in toilets. That's not something I'm proud of. Do you consider America broken? So many mom and pop stores closed. I can get philosophical here. It's sad. It's sad to see mom and pop stores closing, but it's we're in the middle of a major just technological changes in this country are crazy. I don't know if it's anyone's fault. It's just innovation. We've always had capitalism. Ryan Nodal says, do you recommend filming on your iPhone or no? Yeah, I would say that I think most people like if people ask me about like what do you need to start making videos, really get a decent camera, get a decent smartphone. Most people, I know not everyone can afford really good smartphones, but it's probably better to invest in a good phone rather than a camera. If you're going to drop some money, maybe drop it into having a good camera, and that makes. Hey Tim, how are you doing? I'm not a boomer. Really not. No, I'm not a boomer. I was born in 1980. Which kind of puts me in this like gray area between being a member of Generation X or being a millennial. I don't really care. Never been one much for assigning myself labels. I just try to be myself. Are we millennials, Gail? I'm fine with that. I don't care. Megan, I think you're right. I don't think people actually, you see that okay boomer stuff and going around. I think a lot of people don't even know what a boomer is. A boomer, is someone who's a baby boomer. When the soldiers all came back after World War II, they had a lot of babies, so there was a boom in population growth. So that would be people of my parents' generation. Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong with being born at a certain time. Just every human should be judged by their own actions, not by some arbitrary label. Boomers were born in the 50s. Well, maybe my parents are a little younger than boomers. I don't know. Let's see. When were my parents born? When were my parents born? I was born 1980. So my parents were born probably around 1960. Doesn't really matter, does it? I don't feel a strong connection. I don't feel a strong connection with any particular generational group. Yeah, why don't the Gen Xers, why don't they get more guff? They're the ones that ruined America. They're the ones that they're the ones that were against authenticity. Back in the 90s where it was cool. It was cool to not care about things. What I think about Boogie reacting to all the hate. I think Boogie's a super nice guy. And I really hate seeing psychotic people torment him. Cyan 1, I think, pretty much encapsulates the essence of this entire argument. Every generation hates the youngest generation. Yes, like was it? I mean, first Gen Xers were the absolute. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. They hated the hippie generation. Thought it was the absolute end of humanity. And the hippies hate the millennials or the Gen Xers because they're lazy and they don't care about anything. And then the Gen Xers hate the millennials because they're on their phone all the time or whatever the hell ever. It's all just a bunch of crotchety BS. Oh, get off my lawn. Get off my lawn is pretty much the mission statement. You know, my daughter, she communicates differently. She has different values. She has different things that she thinks are important. And she's born in another time. And it's different. And it's not wrong. It's just different. It is hard to believe a time before smartphones. Yeah, shake our fists at those no good kids. I don't understand it, so I don't like it. Every human being ever. huge generation gap. The generation gap between me and my daughter, just the way things, the main thing is communication. Communication, the phones, how interconnected we are, the transference of information. It's insane. The difference of what she's grown up with compared to what I've grown up with. See, what I grew up with and what my parents grew up with was different, but it wasn't as vastly different as this generation. Margaret, hope I pronounced that right. Skivik, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate your donation. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not one. I would be the world's biggest hypocrite if I complained about millennials, because I use this free-flowing transferred information. It's how I make my living. It's how I feed my family. Yes, Raya. Remember having to look stuff up in an encyclopedia. That's what I tell my daughter. It's like she's doing homework. I'm like, how? Can you tell me, how is homework hard? Like, how is it difficult to get the answer when you're doing homework? Can't you just Google it? Can't you just put the information into your phone and it'll immediately... You probably take a picture of your homework and your phone will spit out a completed copy of it. I mean, come on. What is there even to do? Yeah, I remember having to dig through a freaking encyclopedia from the 1970s trying to answer my homework. Yeah, going to the library all the time. Having to dig up old crusty books, old dusty books, to breathe in the dust when you're trying to read dusty books. They're all covered in dead skin, and you find dead bugs in the middle of them. I remember the yellow pages, remember the white pages, remember having to get out a phone book, get a call. I remember trying to call my friends, and I didn't know what their parents' names were, so I had to look up their last name in the phone book and try to guess which one. It was hard. It was hard. Texting on a dial phone. You actually would. What would you have to... There would be times where you would have to spell stuff out on the phone. You know, people they check out books from the library and then they use them, they squish bugs, they kill bugs in... Has anyone else not had this where you've rented a book from the library and you open up the pages and there's just a big dead bug smashed in it? Yeah, Tom Stevenson, you could pull the card and you could see who checked the book out last. You could see who still had the book. You're like, this person had the book. They're supposed to have brought it back 2 weeks ago. And I have this project that I have to do. Now I don't have the book because there's only one copy for this whole town. Wicked Harvester says they worked in the library and they found boogers in the book. That's pretty gross. How many people we got here? 237 people. I don't care if it rains on me. Go out here. My favorite author. I mean, I'm so bad about reading. I did read. I used to read. I know how to read. I used to read novels. Probably have not read a novel in 10 years. I'm not proud of that. It's just really have not felt like I had time for it. I listened to American Gods on audiobook like 10 years ago. Oh. I used to work third shift as a security guard, and I'd read books then. You know, it was before I had a this is the lawyer's office. Got a Mike Bloomberg 2020. Wasn't he? Who's Mike Bloomberg is he's wasn't he was mayor of New York, I believe. Why do I say Rosebud? Go watch Citizen Kane. Yeah, he was in New York Marathon. I don't even know. I think he's a Democrat, right? I don't know. Oh, a lot of people don't like him apparently. Now let's not talk about politics. Sometimes I try to talk about politics in like it's nonpartisan way, and it just doesn't work out because people immediately start shouting. I see you looking at me. I mean, we don't really know. There's no saying for sure. This election's actually going to be fairly interesting in a bipartisan sort of way. You know, no one predicted the last election was so poorly predicted that there's really no telling. You know, waste your time following the polls, because I think last election proved the polls maybe don't work anymore. I don't know. Maybe they're not accurate because maybe our age of information makes traditional polling obsolete. Election fuels my anxiety as well. It's just people getting so wound up, and it's just I would love, because I am interested in politics. I do try to keep up with politics, but it's really hard to follow politics and keep an open mind. Oh, no one wants to learn anything. No one wants to do any research. Everyone just wants to scream talking points and freaking cheer for their candidate like it's a damn sports team. Mr. Geeking Out, yes, I bought my WrestleMania access tickets today. Oh, I don't follow the Oscars. That's just a case of I can't make myself care about the Oscars. A bunch of movies that I haven't seen and never will see. I kind of feel the Oscars really self-congratulatory. you get the movie industry just patting themselves on the back. Come on. Oh, my eyes. You ever just your eyes start itching for no reason? Oh, my eyes. My eyes. Sorry. No, I stole this car. So, yeah, I can't. How many cats is too many cats? There's no such number. I have 6 cats. No, I have 9 cats. If I could, I'd have all the cats. How many cats is too many cats? There's no such number. I'll tell you what. I saw a movie last night. I heard a lot of good things about. Everyone was telling me how great this movie was. This movie was called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And everyone said it was a great movie. And I figured it was going to be a great movie because I've watched other Quentin Tarantino movies. And for the most part, not entirely, but for the most part, they've been entertaining. And I thought it was the most boring thing I've ever seen. It's like 2 hours of nothing building up to just like a maniacally insane ending. Ridiculous ending. The ending was just bonkers. But it was so slow. The movie is like 2.5 hours long. And it's like, seriously, like a lot of the movie is just people watching TV, people watching movies. And I know I have lots of friends that love this movie. I don't know. I don't know if I get it. I think maybe I don't know enough about like old Hollywood or something. Dan on Planet Earth says I loved hanging with those characters. Yeah, I think that's the Quentin Tarantino. The Quentin Tarantino way of writing, just hanging out with the characters. I guess I just didn't enjoy hanging out with any of them. Why did they make the decision to have Bruce Lee be a total D-bag? Ryan says, do you wish that ending happened in real life? Sharon Tate get murdered? Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great if a woman wasn't butchered, a pregnant woman wasn't butchered. But I don't really understand, like, just taking a historical event and just rewriting the ending? What's the purpose of that? I mean, to me, it made a little, like, when they did it in Inglourious Basterds, I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of creative. Pope Anthony says, why Bruce Lee a D-bag? Because Tarantino didn't like him. But I thought Tarantino, Kill Bill is just a giant homage to Bruce Lee. The yellow jumpsuit that Uma Thurman wears in Kill Bill is a direct homage to Bruce Lee. I don't get it. Movies are confusing. what I heard, like a lot of people really didn't like the way Bruce Lee was portrayed. I thought it was strange, like really strange. Tarantino said he was on the set at the same time as Bruce Lee. Wait a minute, is that even? How does that even add up? When did Bruce? When would Tarantino didn't ever meet Bruce Lee? That doesn't match. Bruce Lee's been dead a long time. Tarantino was a very young man. No, Tarantino would have been. Would Tarantino even have been born? Come on. Don't be silly. Don't make stuff up. Don't contribute to misinformation. Ryan Nodal. Don't overthink it. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. Okay, someone says Tarantino was 10 when Bruce Lee died. It's always kind of questionable, like, when they write fiction that includes, like, real people. You know, especially people that are dead. And I mean, it's one thing, like, doing, like, fiction about Hitler. But, like, you know, I mean, a lot of people in that movie have family that's still alive. I mean, Bruce Lee has a daughter that's still alive. You know, Sharon Tate's sister's still alive. Brian Trash, yes, I'm living in my car. Yeah, I mean, I'd be mad if I was watching a movie and, you know, they had portrayed a family member as a total jerk. I mean, well, maybe Sharon Tate's sister didn't care. I mean, maybe they were okay with that. Yeah, people are different, you know. I'm not one to judge or tell them how they should feel. What do I think of second YouTube channels? I personally don't. I don't know. I mean, I don't believe in it for myself. It's a channel. It's a YouTube channel. I think you can have more than one show on a channel. I think for some people, maybe their content is so different. Yeah, like Boogie has his travel channel, his gaming channel, and his main channel. I could see maybe people want to have it all separated, or they can just subscribe to what they want. But for me, I've always liked having the one channel to focus on. But growing a second channel, it is hard. It is hard. Just because you have one channel that's successful doesn't mean that anyone is gonna give a crap about your second channel. Now, I have heard some YouTubers say that, people would like, if they put too much different stuff on one channel, that people would unsubscribe from the channel because they don't want to see, they just want this one thing, and if it gets too diluted, they're not interested. But I think that, like, most of my content is pretty much in the same vein. I don't see what, I think if I made a second channel, I'd make a wrestling channel and focus on wrestling content. I met Mo Sargi and he was really rude to us, so maybe he was having a bad day, or maybe he's just rude. No, I can't see myself creating a second channel. Has J Station been arrested? He's been arrested before. I don't know if he's been arrested recently. John tried to do a collaboration with J Station that just didn't pan out. Hey, that's cool, Ryan. Gonna go hang out with Titus. He faked his girlfriend's death. I have not heard about any of that. Faked his girlfriend's death for content? Is that for real? Oh. Yeah, when you're making, I don't know, I'm not going to comment on it because I don't really know the details. But you got to remember, when you're creating content, don't break the law. Faking someone's death is illegal. Or I don't know, it's Canada. He lives in Canada, so maybe it's not illegal. Oh, just kidding. Everything's illegal in Canada. Kind of there's a lot of pressure when you have 5 million subs. Yeah, I don't know. I think some people may get into a bad pattern where, they have to keep topping themselves. They get success and they have to keep topping themselves, doing something more. I'll look at it later just because it sounds like a bonkers story. I met J Station, I don't know, when we did that bogus event at Brushy Mountain, where I'm not going to throw any shade, but yeah, there was a poorly arranged event at Brushy Mountain where a bunch of YouTubers were invited, and I don't know why they invited me, because I was treated like I was treated like I was nobody while I was there. I showed up, and the people organizing the event showed up 8 hours late, like legitimately 8 hours late. But I met J Station then. I was getting sidetracked. But I met J Station, and he was super nice. He was actually one of the more friendly people that were there. Kale, I don't want to like stir up drama. I'm just not, That was the night where I realized, like, I don't know. Do I make YouTube videos for a living? Yes. Am I, do I like to be called a YouTuber? Not necessarily. I met some YouTubers there that just like, they felt like, and I didn't have as many subscribers then, but they acted like I shouldn't even be like I should be in awe to be in their presence. I don't know who these people are. It doesn't impress me. Some people can be really cool. Like Boogie has 4.5 million subscribers, but he's, he doesn't, he doesn't throw it around. He doesn't act like you should know who he is or anything like that. It's just people get it in their head. That was my relationship with Aaron Fector. I've met Aaron a couple times. Always been super nice to me. Did I enjoy coming to St. Joseph, Missouri? The Glore Psychiatric Museum is amazing. How about a traveling cat circus? It's also a YouTube channel. I've been to a traveling cat circus. What do they call it? The Acro Cats. How many subscribers do I have? I have 249,000 subscribers. But look at me. I'm sitting in a car on an abandoned street. I have this jacket that I've had for 7 years because I don't buy a new one. I got holes in my pockets of my jacket. My keys are falling out. Oh, I've seen some bad video from Gatlinburg with the flooding. I've not been over there during the floods because I was in Texas. Oh. It's really random. Oh my gosh, I feel hot. It's really random. It's really random, like, who recognizes me and who doesn't. I mean, it's just, you never know when someone's gonna, ran into some people at Six Flags that knew me. I ran into some people that knew me at a rest area. It's just, and then I could see a million people All right, can you guys hear me, please? Are we done? Well. Okay, I'm back. We've only lost half the viewers in this chat. Please acknowledge Mississippi. I acknowledge that Mississippi is a state in the southern region of the United States of America. I've been through Mississippi several times. I filmed some videos in the state of Mississippi. What happened was with the sound was I turned on my car so I could roll down my window, and the Bluetooth hooked onto the Bluetooth of my car, and that screwed up everything. It ruined my night, ruined my evening, ruined the live stream. Please acknowledge Lodi, California. I acknowledge that Lodi, California is a city in California, and that Credence Clear CCR, Credence Clearwater Revival, they wrote a song about it. Credence Clearwater Revival. Did I say that right? Credence? John, okay. Dude, I'm a huge fan. I've been watching every night for bed for like 2 years. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please, though, try not to try not to spam the chat too much. CCR. Credence Clearwater Revival. It's 1 in the morning almost. What am I doing here? You know what that means? It's Carpetbagger After Dark. We can say swears. We can trash other YouTube channels. I could get in a fist fight. Giovanni, end the chat, please. I could block you if that would help. The stream is COPA compliant. Children should not be watching this. Children should be in their damn ass beds. Credence Clearwater Revival. Unfortunately, there are no bad moons rising tonight because it's too cloudy. What is the name? It's Credence Water Revival. It's the name of the rock musicians. Am I saying that right? Credence Clearwater. No, it's not right. Clearwater. Credence Clearwater Revival. There, Andy Siegel. Thank you. Was that hard? Credence Clearwater Revival. It just sounded like I was saying it wrong. I don't know. Elvis Austin. When am I coming to Morgantown, West Virginia? Thank you for the super chat. Morgantown. Where is that in relation to Mothman? If I slept in my car, would you guys watch it? When was the last time I talked to John from Expiration Known? I keep in touch with him. I texted him, or he texted me. We texted each other, like yesterday or the day before. Credence. What does that name mean? Credence Clearwater Revival. What do those words even mean? Credence. When you have a lot of credence, it's a lot of means you have a lot of what's a synonym for credence? It's like what you say has a lot of meaning. They have a Ripley's Believe It or Not pop-up at the Florida State Fair. Is it they have the traveling ball of hair? Let me say something. I went on a little rant on Twitter about how difficult Six Flags was to deal with, how poor their customer service is. Ripley's company is such nice people, and they're so easy to work with. And I just wanted to say that because I asked Ripley's for a little favor, nothing major, and they took care of it. Like, just bam. They were so cool about it. Arizona says, why did you not know what riding the clutch meant? Because I drove a manual car for a year, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I thought I knew what I was doing, but it turns out I didn't. John Williams, please try not to spam the chat. There's a lot of people trying to talk. I'm not going to Neverland Ranch, I don't think. I mean, is that even something that's open to the public? Credence Clearwater Revival. Never ride your clutch down a hill. I rode my clutch from coast to coast. I rode all the way to California and back on my clutch. Oh, here's an answer. Joseph Kilpatrick says, Tom Fogerty's friend Credence Newball, whose name they changed to form the word credence, in a television commercial for Olympia Brewing Company, Clearwater. What park do I recommend? Carowinds or Dollywood? I'd have to go with Dollywood. I really love their old dark ride, the Blazing Fury. I don't know why I said it like that. Go to Chuck E. Cheese. They don't have no robots no more. Mr. Evie says the guy built his roller coaster in his own backyard. Yes. Guy built 2 roller coasters in the backyard in Indiana. Unfortunately, I'm too heavy to ride either one of them. Way too heavy to ride them. I think he has like a 130-pound weight limit. Oh, that's right. I'm 130 pounds. I forgot. Blazing Fury and Fire in the Hole. Very similar rides. There's some differences, but they were basically, I think they're definitely made in the same vein by the same people. John Williams, no problem. Just, didn't make me mad. I just gotta be careful. A lot of people like to comment. Can't be saying the same thing over and over again. It just makes it difficult. It makes the stream unenjoyable for people to watch. Scariest roller coaster I've ever been on. Scariest roller coaster I've ever been on was the Vortex at Carowinds. Not scary in that it was too high or too fast. Scary is then I thought it was going to how do I put this in a family-friendly way? Oh, it's 1 in the morning. I don't have to be friendly. There's an area between your anus and your genitals, a patch of flesh, part of your anatomy. And this roller coaster basically drives every bit of force directly into that part of your anatomy. It's a living nightmare. It's terrifying. I was like, please, won't this end? Yeah, Little J1, it is a stand-up roller coaster. Okay, so yeah, how it works is you stand up, and then this little nodule comes up between your legs. Whoop! I swear to God, this little thing comes up between your leg, and it's like, whoop, and lifts you up on your freaking tippy toes. And then you're like, oh, this doesn't feel good. And then before you have a chance, you are blasted forward on this roller coaster. And every bump, every twist, you feel this nodule penetrating you in a very precarious perineum. Let's call it the perineum. That is such a nice word. It's a non-vulgar word. Yes, the perineum punisher. Hopefully I went to the bathroom beforehand. Yes. Because I freaking roller coaster car shoved up my prostate. Cleedence Career Water Removal. The other, like, real punishing roller coaster I've been on is the Georgia Cyclone they used to have at Six Flags over Georgia. Oh my gosh. Solo Ferris wheel yet? No, not yet. What was wrong with the Georgia Cyclone? Um, it was just, oh my gosh. It just beat the crap out of you. It was such a rough ride. John Williams says, how do you get money to travel the world? It's the other way around, really. If I didn't travel the world, then I wouldn't have any money. It's what I do. It's my job. Ever thrown up on a roller coaster? No. Best job ever. Has its ups and downs. Least favorite Disney ride. My least favorite. I don't know. I can't think of any Disney rides that I dislike. I don't know. Does that, like, really boring? Does that freaking movie in Canada count as a ride? That's pretty lame. It's a Small World. I love Small World. Oh, of all the dark rides, there's no dark ride I don't like in Disney. I don't know if there's a dark ride that I don't like, period. If I was an Uber driver, I'd getting paid doubled. What are you saying? Does this look like a town in need of Uber drivers? Oh. Yeah, Small World is, yeah, who said that? Mind Blowing Watcher, yeah, just the historical significance of Small World is impressive. Little J1, no, I don't think so. I'm pretty much washing my hands of them. I think what they've done is tantamount to theft, and I'm not giving them any of my money, and I don't think anyone out there should be giving them their money. I mean, of course, I'm not going to tell anyone where they can spend their money. If you enjoy Six Flags, by all means. Elvis Austin, thank you again for the super chat. Just cook yourself some water and almonds. Am I making you tired? I got water. I got some water right here I can drink. If you're curious about why I'm angry at Six Flags, it's kind of a exhausting story to tell, but I went and explained it all on Twitter. Even though I never use Twitter. Yeah, Shamrock Shakes taste like peppermint. Yeah, it was today on Twitter. Dark Memorabilia, Carpetbagger, if you're ever in Buffalo, New York, want to check out True Crime Collection, hit me up. Well, shoot me an email. Do I keep up with the turtle that I help cross the road? Yes. He sends me Christmas cards still. Was there only one King animatronic? No, the King animatronics were dispersed amongst Chuck E. Cheese's. Signs that I deserve 1 million subscribers. I don't know. I don't know if I deserve anything. Jolly Clown Train, what's that? No, I never went to Six Flags New Orleans before it got shut down. What's the scariest moment I ever got when driving? I had my car accident in Chicago. Right near when I started this channel. I didn't get hurt. But it was very scary. It was me and my little brother coming back from the zoo. And someone pulled out right in front of me. And had there been a few seconds different, they could have killed us. Was the Brookfield Zoo. I have a video of us at the Brookfield Zoo prior to the accident. So that's about falling asleep while driving. I'm really careful about that. I don't want to die. I won't drive if I'm falling asleep. I'll just pull off and sleep. if I'm falling asleep enough, or I'm falling asleep driving, I can, you know, I shouldn't have any problem sleeping in a car side of the road. Shoulder edges. Well, guys, it's late. It's after 1 in the morning, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna go home and listen to some Creedence Clearwater Revival. Hashtag Team Balto. This one is in the bag.